Friends, the Top Football channel is here! Hi everyone, how are you doing? Today we want to brighten up your leisure time with a new release focusing on awesome football players who never performed for big clubs. By the way, if you decide that some names are missing from our list, be sure to share your options in the comments below. Well, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and let's get down to business. Just a few years ago, Nabil Fekir was one of the world's most coveted football players in the transfer market. Having shone in Lyon in the 2017-18 season, the winger attracted the attention of top clubs in the English Premier League and was especially appreciated by Liverpool, who were looking for a replacement for Philippe Coutinho. In June 2018, the Reds entered into transfer negotiations of Fekir and offered Lyon €60 million. The clubs agreed on a deal, and the Merseysiders even met the needs of a personal contract with Nabil. But at the last moment, all previous agreements collapsed. At first, there were rumours that Liverpool was alarmed by the player's knee problems, which became known during the medical examination. But later, the media wrote that the problem laid in the overstated requirements of Fekir's agent for commission payments. The transfer broke down. Nabil stayed in Lyon and spent the new season in a much weaker position. In the summer of 2019, he still left France and moved to Real Betis. Despite the obvious talent expressed in dribbling, vision on the pitch, goal scoring and many other points, the French national football player continues to perform in the Spanish Championship for a club that, with all due respect, can't be considered as a top one. But will Fekir ever move to a bigger team? That's a question for another day. Former Everton legend Leighton Baines is the best assisting defender in Premier League history. Throughout his 13-year spell at Everton, the fullback had always stood out due to his stability in the defensive line, extremely useful moves in attack, and great penalty-taking skills. Over the years at Goodison Park, Baines became a symbol of Everton and at the same time remained a very timid guy. He was repeatedly invited by Manchester United, but Leighton promised himself that he wouldn't leave the Toffees for the rest of his career. Baines kept his word and hung up his boots in July of 2020. Fans of Everton still remember him in the most pleasant way. But the only thing you can say this defender lacked in his career were trophies that he could have easily won with a stronger team. Marek Hamsik is probably the main representative of Slovakia in European football. In addition, he holds the record for Italian Napoli in terms of the number of games and goals provided. In December 2017, the midfielder broke the record of Diego Maradona himself and, in fact, was awarded the title of the club's modern icon. And the transfer of Marek to Napoli from Brescia took place 10 years earlier. But already from the first season by the Neapolitan, the Slovak showed only his best side. Time, of course, played its role, and 2 years ago Gamšík left Napoli, realising that he was starting to slow down. The footballer left the club with only 2 trophies, the Italian Cup and Super Cup. He had no chance to get the cherished Scudetto. Inter, Manchester United and even Real Madrid and Barcelona were interested in him many times, but Marek decided that Napoli's loyalty is more valuable than any money and trophies. Friends, you must remember a guy like the Hulk. Naturally, not a Marvel superhero, but a football player. In our opinion, this is the best example of a Brazilian striker that can be noted not only by good possession of the ball, but also by impressive physical strength. In his best shape, Hulk tore the nets with his cannonball strikes, and defenders had nightmares about physical combat against this guy. Hulk really had enough skills in everything. He scored a lot, read the game well, and had solid pace and stamina. All these qualities helped him to become a star in Porto and arouse the interest of big European clubs. In 2012, Chelsea and Atletico Madrid were the main contenders for the player. But the fateful decision of Hulk surprised everyone. He chose the Russian club Zenit, as he received the most tempting financial offer for a personal contract. The striker moved to St. Petersburg and performed at an excellent level in the Russian Premier League for several years. Still, it was clear that this league was too easy for him. In 2016, he went to work in China and returned to Brazil just a couple of months ago. Of course, he has enough trophies and even won the Europa League with Porto, but he got all the other cups in Portuguese, Russian and Chinese football. Sure, the level of these championships can be considered solid, but not equal to what we see in the strongest leagues like England and Spain. It is a pity that Hulk didn't want to try himself in teams of the caliber of those mentioned. Look at the goalkeeper of the Mexican national team, Guillermo Ochoa, you always think that you have already seen him somewhere and generally know him pretty well. Someone remembers him from the cover of the video game FIFA 08, and someone remembers him for his unusual hairstyle. But not a single fan will remember him from his performances for a big club, and this is because he's never been in one. Millions of fans fell in love with Ochoa's saves during the 2014 and 2018 World Championships, but at club level, his maximum was playing for Spanish Malaga. Although from there he was eventually replaced by other goalkeepers. Later on there was a loan at Granada, but there Guillermo also didn't show anything outstanding, and on the contrary, he often missed a lot of fixtures. Ochoa definitely has a huge amount of respect in Mexico. He has impressive achievements with the national team and has always been the main star of the tricolor at the World Cups. A long time ago, Manchester United and Liverpool monitored him closely, but it didn't come to contract offers. That is why Ochoa's career is limited only to playing in average clubs and winning insignificant trophies. And in fact, we feel really sorry for this guy. That's all for now, friends. This was our new Top 5, and we hope that you are happy with what you have seen. Subscribe to the Top Football channel, watch the recommended videos section, and wait for a new release. Bye bye!